What's up, YouTube? I'm generally not a fan of 9-minute narrations, but this one is just so epic I had to do it. I got a battle here for WileChase's 2K sub Tourney. This is round 6. The winner of this advances to the semifinals, and it's against Ayokiko, a pretty new YouTuber, and yeah, he's pretty good, as you'll see. We both set up our rocks with our pert leads, and I go into Narrated predicting I don't even know what. I just figured I could take whatever. So I set up my toxic spikes, and yeah, he goes into Rotom, I guess, predicting sleep powder. Not going to go for that yet. I want both my toxic spikes up. He's going to go for Shadow Ball, and he's going to be pretty disappointed by the damage it does, because this is my specially defensive Narrated. I have rest on this thing, and obviously I don't want to lose Narrated yet. So I'm going to get Energy Ball on him just to scare him away. And yeah, I'm going to go for rest right here. In Memento. He's going to switch out into Latias. I was like, alright, that's fine. No biggie. Someone go for rest. And yeah, like I said, no biggie. I didn't want to go into Tyranitar in case he went for Draco Meteor or Surf, predicting my switch. But he ends up going for Reflect, so it's really good that I didn't go into Tyranitar because he's one of those bulky support Latias, probably with dual screen. Go for T-Bolt, predicting a switch, and I get the Parahacks on his Calm Mind Jirachi. However, I do have 3 checks to this Jirachi because it does carry the Flash Cannon, so I'm not really worried about it. But I guess, you know, it kind of mattered. So, I just roar him out because he already set up the subs and no biggie there. Goes right back out into Rotom. I make kind of an obvious play in a second and go back out into Narrated. But, yeah, his Shadow Ball does, like, nothing. And after leftovers, it's just pitiful. So here, text message, Woot. Predict a switch back into Latias and go for Sludge Bomb for him to set up, the light screen. I get a crit, which kind of mattered, but you'll see in a little bit it could have been dealt with. I go into Smite, predicting him to go for another Shadow Ball, but he doesn't. He makes a double switch and goes out into Infernape, but I'm like, oh my god, that's the last Pokemon I want to see, Infernape. So he withdraws, and he makes a safe play and goes into Swampert, because Swampert with a Reflect Up can take any of my attacks, even Hidden Power Grass, probably, even though it's special. Okay. Reflect finally wears off, which is good, but after I got the attack drop and he has super effective move against me, I'm going to have to switch. So I'm going to go back into Thistle, and thought maybe I can live this Earthquake, but I forgot that it's neutral because I'm Poison type. And Narrated's special defense is high, but his defense is not that high, so that Earthquake stab is definitely going to take me out. I go into Hydro Pimp, and this is what I was talking about earlier. I go for Hydro Pump, predicting Rotom to come in for the Rapid Spin, and this Hydro Pump is going to take him out. I'm pretty sure without that Sludge Bomb crit, 2 Hydro Pumps would have taken him out. So yeah, not too worried about that. So he goes into Tyranitar. I know it's Scarf because that's what's running these days, and I was trying to decide between Pursuit or Crunch, and I kind of figured that he was going to have to take out my Starmie in order to sweep with Infernape, so I kind of left it in predicting his Pursuit. However, that wasn't the case. But I go into Gliscor after he dies. I set up the Toxic because I know he's going to go into Latias. That was my best play of the game because now I'm losing 5-4, but his entire team is statused. He has 4 Pokemon with Toxic. I got Sandstorm going, and he's got a Jirachi that's paralyzed, and I have 3 Pokemon that can counter it. So I'm not worried at all. This is looking great for me, even though the score doesn't really reflect that. He goes back into Swampert, and I just go for Earthquake because I know he's going to switch because I just set up the Taunt. It doesn't do that much, but yeah, Poison is gonna wear away at him. So I go into Swampert because I gotta play safe, and he goes for the Earthquake. It's not gonna do too much. Yeah. So what do I predict here? He withdraws. Okay, cool. And he goes into Latias, and I think I roar. I hope I roar. No, I go for Earthquake to play safe. All right. Well, he's going to be able to get off a recover here. But I switched just in case he has Grass Knot. I did not want to lose Swampert now. and I didn't see anything else he could do. I hadn't seen a Pokemon with a grass move, and I figured he had possibly Grass Knot in there to counter Swampert, and he didn't use it, so I'm assuming he has it on Infernape. So I set up a Wish, because I know, again, he can't touch me, and he sets up the light screen, so I can't set up Calm Mind Rachi yet, but what I can do is switch into Swampert and just phase his entire team, take the Wish HP back, and just with Roar and his absolute bulk, just pretty much wall his entire team as it gets Toxic Stalled. So I go for Earthquake, because I know he's not going to switch this turn, and he goes for Flash Cannon, and it's going to do pretty pathetic damage here. Reflect wears off, so I can take him out with an Earthquake, but I didn't want him to switch into Latias and do whatever, and I figured he'd switch to save Jirachi's Death Fodder. It kind of bites me in the ass because he gets a crit, which doesn't really do a lot anyway, but I go for Roar, and Latias gets wrecked as it comes in, takes Sandstorm, Rocks, and Poison, leaves him at like less than 10 HP, I think he said. So Dragon Pulse is going to do a decent amount. But I'm going to Roar him out, and Infernape comes in. And at this HP, I'm pretty sure Close Combat kills me anyway, so I'm not going to risk switching just in case he does go for the Close Combat. He does have the Grass Knot, which is good and bad, because now I know what kind of an ape he is, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to be running some Mach Punch ape, so I'm pretty safe going into Tyranitar next turn. Because like I said, probably a mix ape. So I just go for Superpower because it's safe, and I'm pretty sure it OKOs every member on his team except for maybe Swampert. Yeah. So now he goes into that Swampert because of that attack defense drop, and I go into Supernova. And I know I can take any of his attacks, including this Earthquake that's coming. It's going to do less than half. Well, it does more than half, but that's because of Stealth Rocks. Yeah, so I know I can pretty much wall this thing Toxic Stall-wise. So he's going to withdraw and go into Latias as just for a free switch, but it's not going to help him out because I go for the Wish. And yeah, that's definitely going to hurt him because I now have an advantage. He's going to go into his own Jirachi. I'm going to go for Thunderbolt, and it is going to do a crit, which I think mattered, because I don't think that would have taken him out. But he could have done some damage to me, but I really don't need Jirachi right now because he's going to lock himself into Earthquake. I'm going to set up a Wish, and he now has Tyranitar and Swampert left, both which will die from Stealth Rocks, and both which will be stalled out by my close score. So I'm just going to spoil it now. I'm going to win, I want to say 3-0. Well, you'll just watch. But I have a little announcement to make. If anyone of my subs or anyone who happens to watch this is any good at making intros, I'd like a PM over YouTube. Now that I'm at 800 subs, I kind of want a decent intro. I'm not going to give everyone my Skype, although a bunch of people probably already have it. You can PM me over YouTube, and I'll give you my Skype if you know what you're talking about, and we can talk about you making an intro and me broadcasting your channel and hopefully getting you noticed if you're a battler. Maybe I'll give you a battle or two. But yeah, so I Earthquake his Swampert. Don't take it out, obviously. This Ice Beam is going to leave me at 2 HP. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Good game, Ayokiko. I move on to the semifinals. Top 4 of WileChase's Tourney. That's what's up. Good game. Comment, like, and subscribe. I am out.